My dear child, something extraordinary happened the moment I created you. Something I have never fully explained to you before. I did not simply speak you into existence and move on to the next creation. No, I paused. I lingered, and then I did something I have done for no one else in exactly the same way. I engraved your name on the palms of my hands. Not written with ink that fades, not printed on paper that crumbles. Engraved, carved into my very being with the nails that pierced my flesh on the cross. Do you understand what that means? Every time I move my hands, I see your name. Every time I reach out to touch the universe, I am reminded of you. You are not a forgotten file in some cosmic archive. You are not a number in an endless database. You are marked upon the hands of the Creator of all things, and nothing in heaven or earth or under the earth can erase what has been permanently inscribed. I know you have felt forgotten lately. I know there are days when you wake up and wonder if anyone would notice if you simply disappeared. I know the loneliness has crept into your bones like a winter cold that refuses to leave. But what I'm about to reveal will change everything you believed about your significance. You have felt abandoned, have you not? Not always in ways you could explain to another person, but deep inside where words cannot reach. You have felt alone. Alone in your struggles. Alone in your pain. Alone in the battles that no one else can see. You have carried burdens that others would never understand. Wrestled with fears that sound foolish when spoken aloud. Endured wounds that leave no visible scars. And in those moments when the weight pressed down so heavily that you wondered if you could take one more step, you questioned whether I was truly there, whether I truly cared, whether I had forgotten your name among the billions of souls crying out for help. I have not forgotten you. Not for 1 second. Every morning when you open your eyes, before your mind fully wakes and begins its familiar cycle of worry and planning and remembering all the problems waiting for you, I am already there. I am in the first breath you take. I am in the heartbeat that sustained you through the night. I am in the light that filters through your window, in the sounds that remind you another day has begun. Before you even think to call on me, I am present. Before you remember to pray, I am listening. Before you realize you need help, I am already preparing the way forward. This is not because you have earned my attention through your goodness or your faithfulness. This is simply because you are mine, and I am incapable of forgetting what belongs to me. Your name is not written in a book that could be lost or burned or destroyed. Your name is engraved on the palms of my hands. Every time I move, every time I act, every time I reach out to touch the world, I see your name. You are permanently marked on my being. The scars I carry from the cross are not just reminders of what I did for humanity in general. They are reminders of what I did for you specifically. When I stretched out my arms on that wooden beam, I was thinking of your face. When the nails pierced my flesh, I was carrying your pain. When I cried out in agony, I was experiencing the separation from the Father that you deserved, so that you would never have to experience it yourself. You are not a number in a crowd. You are not one of many indistinguishable souls. You are you. Unique, irreplaceable, deeply known and desperately loved. I know the sound of your voice when you are truly happy, not just pretending for the sake of others. I know the look in your eyes when you are holding back tears because you do not want to burden anyone with your pain. I know the way you move through the world when you are confident and when you are uncertain. I know what makes you laugh until your stomach hurts. I know what wounds you carry from childhood that still ache when prodded. I know the dreams you have shared with others and the dreams you keep locked away because you fear they are too foolish or too impossible. I know which psalms bring you comfort and which memories bring you shame. I know you better than you know yourself, because I made you. And makers always know their creations intimately. When I designed you, I did not use a template. I did not pull you from a catalog of acceptable options. I crafted you from scratch, pouring specific gifts and talents and characteristics into your being that exist in no one else in precisely the same combination. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You are not a random collection of genetic material that happened to survive. You are an intentional creation, designed with purpose, formed with love, and released into the world at exactly the right moment in history to fulfill a role that only you can fill. No one else can be you. No one else can do what you were created to do. And I have been orchestrating your entire life to bring you to the place where you are ready to step into that purpose. Let me tell you something that very few people truly understand. When you feel most alone, when the silence feels unbearable and the darkness seems endless, that is precisely when I am closest to you. My presence does not always announce itself with thunder and lightning. Sometimes my nearness comes in the quietest whispers, in the gentle nudge that keeps you moving forward when logic says to quit, in the unexplainable peace that settles over you in the middle of chaos. I am the shepherd who never sleeps, never grows weary, never looks away from the sheep who wander into dangerous territory. And you, my precious child, are never out of my sight. Do you know what a shepherd does? A true shepherd does not merely watch over the flock from a distance. He knows each sheep by name. He recognizes their unique sounds, their individual patterns, their particular weaknesses. When one sheep strays, the shepherd does not wait for it to find its own way back. He leaves the 99 in safe pasture and goes searching through the wilderness, through the thorns and the rocks, calling out until the lost one hears his voice and responds. That is what I do for you. That is what I have been doing every single day of your life, even when you did not realize I was searching for you. Think about David for a moment. Before he ever wore a crown, before he ever stood before Goliath, before his name was known throughout Israel, he was a shepherd boy, the youngest son, overlooked by his own father, left in the fields to watch over sheep while his brothers received honor and attention. Those years in the wilderness were not wasted time. They were preparation. David learned to fight lions and bears with his bare hands to protect the flock. He learned to lead sheep to green pastures and still waters. He learned what it meant to lay down his own comfort for the sake of those under his care. And when the time came for him to need a shepherd himself, when he was running for his life from a king who wanted him dead, David knew exactly where to turn. He cried out to me, the shepherd of Israel, because he understood what it meant to be protected, guided, and never abandoned. You are in your wilderness season right now. I know it feels long. I know it feels lonely. I know there are days when you wonder if the green pastures David wrote about even exist, or if they are just beautiful words on a page with no connection to your reality. But what you cannot see from your current position is what I can see from mine. I see the end from the beginning. I see the palace that is being prepared for you after this season of wilderness. I see the strength you are gaining, the character being forged, the faith being refined. This season is not punishment, it is preparation. But before I continue, there is something else you need to know. Something crucial that will change how you see everything that has happened to you. The enemy has been studying you. He knows where you are tired. He knows where you feel empty. He knows where you doubt yourself. He knows the people who influence you. He knows the temptations that appeal to you. He knows the wounds still bleeding inside you. And he has been forming a strategy designed to hit you in the exact place where you are most vulnerable. His goal is not just to make you stumble. His goal is to make you believe that I have abandoned you, that you are fighting alone, that no one, not even your Creator, truly cares about your survival. That is a lie. I am exposing his plans before he executes them. I am revealing the danger before it touches you. I am giving you the warning before the blow comes, because I refuse to let what is coming destroy you. You belong to me, and because of that, I cannot watch you fall apart and say nothing. I will shake heaven to get your attention if I must. This message right now, at this exact moment, is part of that divine intervention. I interrupted your day, your scroll, your distraction, because you need to hear this. You need to know that you are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not fighting in your own strength. I am your shepherd, and a shepherd does not send his sheep into battle without protection. Listen carefully to what I am about to tell you, because this is where everything changes. The anxiety you have been carrying, the fear that grips your heart when you think about the future, the worry that keeps you awake at night, those are not your burdens to bear alone. I never intended for you to carry them. When I said to cast your cares upon me, I was not speaking metaphorically. I was giving you a direct command because I knew that the weight of this world would crush you if you tried to shoulder it yourself. You are not designed to carry anxiety. You are designed to walk in peace, guided by a shepherd who has already walked every path you will ever travel and knows exactly where the danger lies and where the provision waits. There is numbness inside you now. Is there not? Joy feels distant. Peace feels temporary. Even in moments that should bring happiness, there is an underlying current of unease, a sense that the other shoe is about to drop, that this brief respite from struggle will not last. You have been functioning in survival mode for so long that you forgot what it feels like to truly rest. Your body is exhausted. Your mind is weary. Your spirit is crying out for relief. And I am here to tell you that relief is coming. Not someday in the distant future. Not when all your problems magically disappear. But now, in this moment. As you hear these words and allow them to sink deep into your soul, relief is washing over you like water over parched ground. You are not alone. I am here. I have always been here. I saw you when you cried in the shower so no one would hear. I saw you when you smiled through the pain so your family would not worry. I saw you when you kept going to work, kept showing up, kept pretending everything was fine, even though you were falling apart inside. I saw every moment of strength you displayed when you had none left to give. I saw every time you chose kindness when you wanted to scream. I saw every sacrifice you made that no one acknowledged. I saw it all. And I counted each act of faithfulness, each moment of endurance, each decision to keep moving forward, even when giving up felt easier. Do you think I would bring you this far only to abandon you now? Never. Did I abandon Joseph in the prison? I was preparing his palace. Was David forgotten in the wilderness? He was being trained for the throne. Have I ever failed those who trusted me? Not once. My track record is perfect. My faithfulness is unshakable. My love for you does not waver based on your performance or your circumstances. I cherished you before you took your first breath, and my affection for you will continue long after this earthly journey ends. Nothing you do can increase my devotion. Nothing you fail to do can diminish it. You are mine, and I am fiercely protective of what belongs to me. Now listen carefully, because this next part is crucial for you to understand. The waiting you have endured has not been wasted time. Every prayer you prayed that seemed to go unanswered was heard. Every tear you cried was collected. Every sleepless night was witnessed. But I do not operate on your timeline. I operate in perfect timing, which means I see things you cannot see. I know when the soil of your heart is ready to receive the seed of a new season. I know when your character is strong enough to handle the blessing without it destroying you. I know when the people who are supposed to be part of your future are in position. I know when the enemy's plans against you will backfire and work for your good instead. And I know exactly when to move on your behalf for maximum impact. Your delay is my setup. Your waiting is my preparation. Your wilderness is my training ground. Let me explain how this works in ways that will make sense to your heart, even when your mind struggles to comprehend. When a farmer plants a seed, he does not stand over it the next day, demanding that it produce fruit. He understands that there is a process. The seed must be buried in darkness. It must break open. It must send roots down into the soil before it can send shoots up toward the light. And all of that happens underground, invisible to the human eye, where it looks like nothing is happening. But the farmer knows better. He knows that beneath the surface, life is stirring. Growth is occurring. The harvest is being prepared even though there is no visible evidence of it yet. You are in the underground season right now. You are in the darkness where the breaking and the rooting are happening. And because you cannot see what I am doing, you have started to believe that I am not doing anything. But that could not be further from the truth. I am more active in your life right now than I have ever been. I am breaking open the hard shell of your self-reliance so that the tender shoot of true faith can emerge. I am sending roots deep into the soil of my word so that when the storms come, you will not be uprooted. I am strengthening the foundation of your character so that when the blessing comes, you will not collapse under the weight of it. This process cannot be rushed. If I brought you into the fullness of what I have prepared for you before you were ready, it would destroy you instead of bless you. I have seen it happen too many times. People who demanded the harvest before the roots were established. They got what they asked for, and it broke them because they were not ready to steward it. I will not do that to you. I care about you too much to give you what you want when what you want is not what you need. I am giving you what you need, even when it does not feel like a gift. Even when it feels like deprivation. Even when it feels like I am withholding from you when I should be providing for you. Trust the process. Trust the season. Trust the farmer who knows exactly when to plant, when to water, when to prune, and when to harvest. What I am about to reveal will change how you see your entire situation. Those people who hurt you, who betrayed you, who spoke lies about you, who took advantage of your kindness, they did not derail my plan for your life. They revealed their true nature so you would know who not to trust when the blessing comes. The doors that slammed shut in your face did not close because you were unworthy. They closed because what waited on the other side was not big enough for what I have planned for you. The relationships that ended painfully did not end because you failed. They ended because those people could not go where I am taking you. Every disappointment, every setback, every moment of rejection was actually divine protection, disguising itself as loss. This changes everything. I need you to shift your perspective right now. Stop looking at what you lost and start looking at what you gained. You gained wisdom. You gained discernment. You gained strength. You gained the ability to stand alone when necessary. You gained faith that does not require perfect circumstances to survive. You gained a testimony that will help others who are walking through their own wilderness. You gained my attention in a deeper way, because suffering has a way of stripping away the superficial and forcing you to cry out from the depths of your soul. And when you cry out from that deep place, I respond from the deep places of my love. Can any force in heaven or earth separate you from my love? Can any enemy stand against the God who parts seas and crumbles walls with a shout? Is anything too difficult for me? Who can undo what I have decreed? The answer to all those questions is the same. Nothing, no one, never. You are exhausted, but you are not abandoned. You feel weak, but you are not defeated. You feel confused, but you are not lost. You are exactly where I can reach you, exactly where I can work in you, exactly where I can transform you from a survivor into a conqueror. This season of struggle is not your final chapter. It is the middle of your story, the part where the hero is tested and refined before the victory comes. And you are the hero of this story, not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. There is something happening in the unseen realm that you need to understand. While you have been fighting visible battles, I have been fighting invisible ones on your behalf. Spiritual forces that sought to destroy you have been restrained by my hand. Plans that were formed against you in secret have been exposed and dismantled before they could touch you. Doors that were meant to trap you were locked from the inside before you could walk through them. Relationships that would have poisoned your future were severed before they could take root. You have been protected in ways you will never fully comprehend until you stand before me, and I show you the timeline of your life from my perspective. Then you will see how many times my hand intervened, how many dangers I steered you away from, how many times I said no to your prayers because I was saying yes to something far better. But here is something that very few people understand. My protection does not always feel like protection in the moment. Sometimes it feels like loss. Sometimes it feels like rejection. Sometimes it feels like everything is falling apart. But I need you to trust me when I say that I am holding your life together, even when it feels like it is unraveling. The threads that are being pulled loose are the ones that were never meant to be part of the final tapestry. What remains, what I am weaving together with my own hands, will be more beautiful than anything you could have designed for yourself. Stay with me. You are about to grasp the truth that will anchor you through every storm ahead. I am not just your shepherd in the good times. I am your shepherd in the valley of the shadow of death. David wrote those words not as poetry, but as lived experience. He knew what it meant to walk through darkness so thick he could not see his own hand in front of his face. He knew what it meant to hear the sounds of predators circling, to feel the cold grip of fear, to wonder if he would make it through the night. But he also knew that even in that valley, even in that darkness, I was with him. My rod and my staff, the tools of a shepherd, brought him comfort, not because they removed the valley, but because they proved he was not walking through it alone. You are in a valley right now. I will not pretend otherwise. But valleys are not permanent dwelling places. They are passageways between mountains. You cannot stay in the valley forever because the path I have set for you leads upward. It leads to higher ground, to broader perspective, to a place where you will look back on this season and finally understand why it was necessary. But you cannot skip the valley. You have to walk through it, and the only way to walk through it without being destroyed by it is to walk with me. I will lead you to green pastures. I will guide you beside still waters. I will restore your soul, not because you earned it, but because that is what shepherds do for their sheep. They provide, they protect, they restore, and I am the good shepherd, the one who does not run when the wolf comes, the one who lays down his life for the sheep. I already proved my commitment to you on a cross. There is nothing I would not do to bring you home safely. The enemy did not want you to hear this message. He tried to distract you, to make you scroll past, to fill your mind with other things. But you stopped. You are listening, and that single decision to pause has just changed the trajectory of your entire life. Because now you know. Now you understand. Now you see that you are not wandering aimlessly through this wilderness. You are being led by a shepherd who knows exactly where he is going and exactly how to get you there safely. What comes next will clarify why your spirit has felt unsettled. There has been a restlessness inside you, a sense that something needs to change, but you are not sure what. That restlessness is my voice calling you to a deeper level of trust. I am asking you to release control, to stop trying to figure everything out on your own, to stop striving and start resting in the truth that I am handling what you cannot handle. The uncertainty you feel is not a sign that you are off course. It is a sign that you are being transitioned from one season to another, and transitions are always uncomfortable. But discomfort is not danger. It is growth. I am about to do something new in your life, something you have not experienced before. But in order for the new to come, the old must be released. Old patterns, old mindsets, old relationships that no longer serve the purpose I have for you. Old fears that have kept you trapped in cycles of anxiety and doubt. I am dismantling everything that is not built on the foundation of my truth, so that what I build in you will stand firm no matter what storms come. This will require courage on your part. Courage to let go. Courage to trust. Courage to walk forward even when you cannot see the entire path. But I am not asking you to manufacture that courage on your own. I am offering to be your courage. My strength will become your strength. My peace will become your peace. My vision will become your vision. All I need from you is willingness. Willingness to surrender. Willingness to obey. Willingness to believe that I am who I say I am, and that I will do what I have promised to do. Do you feel it now? That shift in your spirit? That is my presence settling over you like a warm blanket on a cold night. That is the peace that surpasses understanding. The peace that makes no logical sense given your circumstances but exists anyway, because it flows from my throne directly into your soul. Receive it. Breathe it in. Let it replace the anxiety that has been your constant companion for far too long. You are not meant to live in a state of perpetual worry. You are meant to live in a state of perpetual peace, knowing that your shepherd is good, your shepherd is strong, your shepherd is faithful, and your shepherd will never, ever leave you to fend for yourself. Wrong people have been approaching you as part of this storm. Some of them have already appeared. People with smooth words, but hidden motives. People who bring excitement, but no stability. People who appear kind, but carry spiritual danger. people who take more from you than they give. The enemy often uses people when he wants to derail a destiny. He knows that your heart is tender, that you care deeply, that you long for connection, and so he sends counterfeits disguised as comfort. Be careful, my child. Not everyone who approaches you in this season is sent by me. Some are sent to drain you, distract you, delay you, or deceive you. But I am giving you discernment. I am sharpening your spiritual senses so you can recognize the difference between my voice and the voice of the stranger. My sheep know my voice. They do not follow strangers because they do not recognize their voice. You are my sheep, and I am training you to hear me more clearly than you hear the noise of this world. When someone speaks, you will feel in your spirit whether their words carry my peace or whether they stir up confusion. When a door opens, you will know in your gut whether it is my door or a trap. When an opportunity presents itself, you will sense whether it aligns with my purpose or whether it is a detour designed to waste your time. Trust that inner knowing. Trust the still small voice that whispers truth when the world is shouting lies. Trust the gentle tug that pulls you back when you are about to step into danger. That is me, your shepherd, guiding you with my staff, redirecting your path, keeping you safe even when you do not realize how close you came to disaster. Are you beginning to understand who you really are? You are not a victim of circumstance. You are not a product of your past. You are not defined by your failures or your fears. You are a child of the Most High God, created in my image, called by my name, destined for my purposes. You carry my DNA in your spirit. You have access to my wisdom. You are backed by my power. You are covered by my blood. You are surrounded by my angels. You are the target of my affection, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can change those facts. The lies you have believed about yourself are being exposed right now. The lie that you are not enough. The lie that you are too damaged to be used by me. The lie that you missed your chance. The lie that you are alone. The lie that you are unloved. The lie that you are forgotten. The lie that you are a failure. Every single one of those whispers came from the pit of hell, and I am silencing them with the truth of who you are in me. You are enough because I am enough, and I live in you. You are not too damaged because my grace specializes in redeeming broken things and making them beautiful. You have not missed your chance because I do not operate on deadlines. I operate in seasons, and your season of harvest is coming. You are not alone because I promise to never leave you nor forsake you, and I do not break promises. You are not unloved because I gave my life for you. You are not forgotten because your name is engraved on the palms of my hands. You are not a failure because in my kingdom, every setback is a setup for a comeback. And I am the God of resurrection who specializes in bringing dead things back to life. This is who you are. This is whose you are. And no amount of enemy propaganda can change the truth. Now I need you to pay very close attention to what I am about to say. The breakthrough you have been praying for is not as far away as you think. In fact, it is so close that the enemy is panicking. That is why the warfare has intensified. That is why the attacks have increased. That is why you feel more pressure now than you did 6 months ago. The enemy knows that if he does not stop you now, he will not be able to stop you at all. Because once you step into the fullness of what I have called you to, once you walk in the authority I have given you, once you understand the power of your identity in me, you will become unstoppable. And hell cannot afford for you to become unstoppable. So the enemy is throwing everything he has at you: financial pressure, relational conflict, physical exhaustion, mental confusion, spiritual attack. He is hoping that one of these weapons will land hard enough to knock you out of the fight. But what he does not understand is that I have already disarmed every weapon formed against you. They can be launched, but they cannot prosper. They can come close, but they cannot touch you, because you are hidden in me, and no weapon can penetrate the shelter of the Most High. Stand up. You are not defeated. You are not destroyed. You are not disqualified. You are being refined. You are being strengthened. You are being positioned. And very soon, everyone who doubted you, everyone who counted you out, Everyone who whispered that you would not make it will see with their own eyes that I am the God who lifts up the humble and exalts those who trust in me. Let me tell you what is coming for you. Provision that you did not work for, favor that you did not earn, doors that you did not knock on, relationships that you did not pursue, healing that you did not pay for, breakthrough that you did not manipulate into existence. All of it is coming because I am your shepherd, and shepherds provide for their sheep, not because the sheep are impressive, but because the shepherd is generous. The job you have been praying for will come with a salary that exceeds your request. The relationship you have been hoping for will arrive when you are finally at peace being alone. The healing you have been seeking will manifest in a way that confounds medical explanation. The door you thought was closed forever will swing open at the exact moment you need it to. The provision you thought would take years will show up in weeks, because when I move suddenly, and I'm about to move on your behalf. But I need something from you. I need you to stop rehearsing the pain and start rehearsing the promise. Stop replaying the betrayal and start declaring the breakthrough. Stop meditating on what went wrong and start envisioning what I'm about to make right. Your words have power. Your thoughts shape your reality. And if you continue to speak defeat, you will continue to experience it. But if you shift your language, if you start speaking life and hope and faith, you will begin to see the atmosphere around you change. Declare it with me now. I am not alone. I am seen. I am loved. I am protected. I am provided for. I am healed. I am whole. I am victorious. I am chosen. I am called. I am equipped. I am empowered. I am more than a conqueror. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am blessed coming in and blessed going out. I am covered by the blood of the Lamb. I am seated in heavenly places. I am a child of the King. I am royalty. I am destined for greatness. I am walking in my purpose. I am fulfilling my calling. I am exactly where I am supposed to be. Do you hear yourself? That is not arrogance. That is identity. That is knowing who you are because you know whose you are. And when you know whose you are, the opinions of others lose their power. The rejection of people loses its sting. The delays in timing lose their ability to discourage you, because you are anchored in the truth that your shepherd is leading you, and wherever he leads, you will thrive. There is inner confusion within you, questions you cannot answer, doubts you cannot silence, conflicts you cannot resolve. But I'm bringing clarity. I'm untangling the knots. I'm shining light into the dark corners where confusion has been hiding. You will not be confused much longer. The fog is lifting. The path is becoming clear. And very soon, you will look back on this season of uncertainty and realize that it taught you to trust my voice more than your own understanding. It taught you to lean on me when your own wisdom failed. It taught you that I am faithful even when nothing else makes sense. I know you are tired of fighting invisible battles, tired of wrestling with thoughts no one else can see, tired of carrying weights that do not show up on a scale. But your tiredness is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you have been in a battle, and battles are exhausting. Even the strongest warriors grow weary. Even David, the man after my own heart, had moments where he cried out in exhaustion and asked how long the suffering would last. I did not rebuke him for his honesty. I met him in his weariness and gave him strength to continue. I am doing the same for you right now. As you hear these words, strength is flowing into your spirit. Not the kind of strength that comes from adrenaline or willpower, but the kind that comes from my presence. The kind that renews your inner being even when your outer body is still tired. The kind that makes you feel like you can face one more day, fight one more battle, hold on one more moment. Because you are not holding on in your own strength. You are being held by me. You may feel tired, but you are not abandoned. You may feel numb, but you are not forgotten. You may feel confused, but you are not lost. You may feel weak, but you are not alone. I am here. I have always been here. and I will never ever leave you to face this life on your own. Now let me speak to the specific areas of your life where you need my touch right now. Because I am not a distant God who speaks in generalities. I am a present Father who knows the details of your daily existence and who cares about every single aspect of your well-being. Your home has been a place of tension lately, has it not? The atmosphere feels heavy. Conversations that should be simple turn into arguments. Family members who should be close feel distant. There is an underlying current of stress that never fully goes away, even in moments of peace. You have tried to fix it on your own. You have tried to be the peacemaker, the mediator, the one who holds everyone together. But you are exhausted from that role. You were never meant to carry the emotional weight of your entire household on your shoulders. That is my job, not yours. I am entering your home right now. As you receive these words, my presence is filling every room. The tension that has been choking the life out of your family is being broken. The division that the enemy planted is being uprooted. The misunderstandings that have created walls between people who love each other are being dissolved. I am pouring out a spirit of grace and understanding over your household. Conversations that have been difficult will become easier. Hearts that have been hardened will become tender. People who have been holding grudges will find the strength to forgive. Not because you manipulated them into it, but because I am working on their hearts the same way I am working on yours. Your children need you, not a perfect version of you. Not a version of you that has everything figured out and never struggles. They need the real you. The you who shows them that it is okay to be weak because strength comes from me. The you who demonstrates that it is okay to fail because grace is bigger than mistakes. The you who proves that it is okay to be afraid because courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward anyway. When you let them see you pray, when you let them hear you worship, when you let them witness you trusting me in the middle of uncertainty, you are giving them a gift more valuable than anything money could buy. You are showing them what it looks like to walk with me. And that example will shape them for the rest of their lives. I am protecting your children from dangers you cannot see. There are influences trying to reach them that I am blocking. There are temptations being presented to them that I am helping them resist. There are paths they could take that would lead to destruction, and I am closing those paths before they even become options. You cannot be with them every moment of every day. You cannot control every choice they make, but I can, and I am, because they are not just your children, they are mine, and I am more invested in their future than you are capable of being. Your spouse needs to feel your love again, not your exhaustion, not your frustration, not your silent resentment over things that have been left unsaid for too long. They need to feel the warmth of your affection, the security of your commitment, the tenderness of your touch. I know you are tired. I know you feel like you have nothing left to give. But what if I told you that I can replenish what has been drained? What if I promised you that when you come to me and allow me to fill you up, you will have more than enough love to pour out on the people who need it most? Stop waiting for them to change before you show them kindness. Stop withholding affection because you feel like they do not deserve it. Stop punishing them with silence because you think it will teach them a lesson. None of that is from me. All of that is from the enemy who wants to destroy your marriage, fracture your family, and leave you isolated and alone. Do not give him that victory. Choose love, even when it is hard. Choose kindness, even when it is not reciprocated. Choose forgiveness, even when it feels undeserved. Not because your spouse is perfect, but because I am teaching you to love the way I love. Unconditionally, sacrificially, without keeping a record of wrongs. And watch what happens when you start loving from my strength instead of your own. Watch how the atmosphere in your home shifts. Watch how walls come down. Watch how hearts soften. Watch how healing begins to flow where there has been pain for so long. Let me speak about your peace now. You have been robbing yourself of rest because your mind will not stop racing. Even when your body is still, your thoughts are running wild. Replaying conversations, rehearsing worst-case scenarios, calculating how you will handle problems that have not even happened yet. You lie down at night, but you do not sleep well because you are trying to solve everything in your head, instead of trusting me to solve it in my way and in my timing. This has to stop. Your mind was never meant to be a battlefield. It was designed to be a sanctuary where my presence dwells and my peace reigns. But you have allowed the enemy to turn it into a war zone. Every worry is a weapon he uses against you. Every anxious thought is an arrow aimed at your joy. Every fearful imagination is a trap designed to steal your rest. And you keep falling for it over and over again because you think that if you just think hard enough, plan well enough, prepare thoroughly enough, you will be able to control the outcome. You cannot control the outcome, but I can, and I will. So release the need to figure everything out. Release the compulsion to have a backup plan for your backup plan. Release the exhaustion that comes from trying to be in charge of things that were never yours to control in the first place. Give it all to me. Not as a last resort when you have tried everything else and failed. Give it to me first. Make me your first option, not your final one. I am giving you a spirit of peace that is not dependent on your circumstances being perfect. This peace exists in the middle of the storm. This peace remains steady when everything around you is shaking. This peace does not make logical sense, and that is how you will know it is from me. Because human peace requires favorable conditions. My peace transcends conditions. It exists because I exist. And since I never change, my peace never wavers. Receive it now. Feel it settling over your mind like a soft blanket. Feel it quieting the noise. Feel it silencing the accusations. Feel it calming the chaos. You do not have to understand how it works. You just have to receive it. Breathe in my peace. Breathe out your anxiety. Breathe in my presence. Breathe out your fear. Breathe in my promises. Breathe out your doubt. This is not a one-time transaction. This is a daily discipline, a moment-by-moment choice to focus on me instead of focusing on the problem. Let me address the financial pressure you have been under. I see the bills stacked on your counter. I see the numbers in your bank account. I see the calculations you have been doing, trying to figure out how to make it all work. I see the stress that grips your chest when you think about money. And I want you to know that I am not indifferent to your material needs. I am very aware of them. And I have provision ready for you that you have not even imagined yet. But I need to teach you something first. Your security cannot be in money. Money is a tool, not a savior. It can provide temporary relief, but it cannot give you lasting peace. Only I can do that. So before I release the financial breakthrough, I need to make sure that your trust is in me, not in the size of your paycheck. Because if your trust is in money, then when money comes, you will stop depending on me. And I cannot allow that to happen because dependence on me is what keeps you connected to the source of all blessing. The job opportunity that is coming will pay more than you expected. Not because you are the most qualified candidate, but because I am opening doors that human effort could never open. The business idea that has been stirring in your spirit will attract the right investors at the right time. Not because your business plan is flawless, but because I am orchestrating divine connections that will fund my purposes through you. The debt that has been weighing you down will be eliminated faster than you thought possible. Not because you suddenly became brilliant with money, but because I am releasing supernatural provision that will wipe out what the enemy meant to use to crush you. But while you are waiting for all of that to manifest, I need you to be faithful with what you have right now. Do not despise the season of small beginnings. Do not waste your current resources wishing you had more. Steward well what is in your hand, and I will multiply it. That is how my kingdom works. I do not give abundance to those who are careless with scarcity. I give abundance to those who are faithful in the little things, because I know they will honor me with the big things. Stop comparing your financial situation to other people. Stop scrolling through social media and envying the lifestyles of people whose behind-the-scenes struggles you know nothing about. What I am doing in their life has nothing to do with what I am doing in yours. I have a custom plan for your provision that is designed specifically for you. It will not look like anyone else's plan because you are not anyone else. You are you, and what I have prepared for you is perfect for who you are and what I have called you to do. Your body needs healing. I see the pain you carry. I see the exhaustion that does not go away no matter how much you sleep. I see the medical reports that brought you fear instead of peace. I see the symptoms that you have been ignoring because you are afraid of what they might mean. And I want you to know that I am the God who heals. Not just the God who used to heal in biblical times. The God who heals today. The God who heals you. I am sending restoration through your entire body right now, starting from the top of your head and flowing down to the soles of your feet. Every cell, every organ, every system is being touched by my healing power. That chronic pain that has been your constant companion is being commanded to leave. That disease that the doctor said was incurable is being told to bow its knee to the name of Jesus. That mental fog that has made it hard to think clearly is being lifted as my presence brings clarity and sharpness back to your mind. But healing is not just physical. You need emotional healing too. There are wounds inside you that have never fully healed because you buried them instead of bringing them to me. Wounds from childhood, wounds from broken relationships, wounds from words that were spoken over you that you believed and internalized. Those wounds have been festering beneath the surface, poisoning your present with pain from your past. And I am lancing them right now. I am opening them up so they can finally drain and heal properly. This might hurt for a moment. You might feel things you have been avoiding feeling. But the pain of healing is different from the pain of infection. One leads to wholeness. The other leads to death. Let me heal you completely. Not just the parts you are comfortable showing me. All of it. The shame. The regret. The bitterness. The unforgiveness. The self-hatred. Bring it all to me. Lay it at my feet. And watch what I do with it. Watch how I take what was meant to destroy you and transform it into testimony that will heal others. Watch how I turn your pain into your platform. Watch how I use your mess to deliver my message. Nothing is wasted in my kingdom. Every tear, every trial, every trauma, all of it becomes part of the beautiful mosaic of your story when you surrender it to me. I want to talk to you about forgiveness now because I know there are people you have not forgiven. People who hurt you deeply. People who betrayed your trust. People who took advantage of your kindness. People who lied about you and damaged your reputation. And you have been holding on to the pain they caused because part of you believes that if you forgive them, you are saying that what they did was okay. But that is not what forgiveness means. Forgiveness does not mean what they did was acceptable. It means you are releasing your right to punish them for it. You are handing the situation over to me and trusting that I will execute perfect justice in my timing. When you hold on to unforgiveness, you are not hurting them. You are hurting yourself. You are drinking poison and expecting them to die. You are carrying a weight that is crushing you while they go on with their lives completely unburdened. That is not justice. That is self-destruction. I am asking you to forgive. Not because they deserve it. They do not. Not because it will immediately restore the relationship. It might not, but because you deserve to be free. You deserve to live without the constant weight of bitterness dragging you down. You deserve to experience the lightness that comes when you release what you were never meant to carry. Forgiving them does not mean trusting them again. Forgiveness and trust are two different things. Forgiveness is a gift you give immediately. Trust is something that must be earned over time through changed behavior. You can forgive someone today and still maintain healthy boundaries with them tomorrow. So right now, as an act of your will, choose to forgive. Speak their name. Say out loud, I forgive you, I release you, I hand you over to God, and feel the chains fall off. Feel the burden lift. Feel freedom rushing into spaces where resentment used to live. There is a new season coming. I have been preparing it while you have been enduring this current one. A season where the things that have been hard will become easy, where the doors that have been closed will swing open, where the people who left will either return transformed or new people will come who are better suited for where you are going, where the provision that has been scarce will become abundant, where the joy that has been absent will return with such intensity that you will wonder how you ever survived without it. This new season is not someday far in the future. It is right around the corner. You are closer than you think. The breakthrough you have been praying for is within reach. The miracle you have been hoping for is about to manifest. The promise that seemed impossible is about to become your reality. Because I am a God who does immeasurably more than you could ask or imagine. And I am about to show you just how good I am. Your season of weeping is coming to an end. Your season of joy is on the horizon. Your season of sowing is almost finished. Your season of reaping is about to begin. The same ground that received your tears will soon produce your harvest. The same soil that seemed barren will soon overflow with abundance. Because I am the God who brings life out of death, beauty out of ashes, joy out of mourning, and victory out of defeat. Do not give up now. Not when you are this close. Not when the finish line is in sight. Not when the breakthrough is within reach. The enemy wants you to quit right before the miracle happens. He wants you to walk away right before the door opens. He wants you to give up right before the promise is fulfilled. But you are not going to give him that satisfaction. You are going to keep standing, keep believing, keep trusting, keep declaring, keep moving forward. Because your shepherd has not brought you this far to leave you stranded in the wilderness. Green pastures are ahead. Still waters are waiting. Restoration is coming. And when you arrive, when you finally step into the abundance that I have prepared for you, you will fall to your knees in gratitude and wonder how you ever doubted my goodness. You will look back on this valley and realize that every step was necessary. Every tear had a purpose. Every delay was divine timing. Every closed door was protection. Every loss was preparation for greater gain. This is not the end of your story. This is the turning point. This is where the hero rises. This is where faith is proven. This is where my glory is revealed. And you, my beloved child, are about to witness what happens when heaven moves on behalf of those who trust in me. Let me paint a picture for you of what your life is about to look like when this new season fully manifests. I want you to see it with the eyes of your heart, so that hope can begin to rise within you even before the physical evidence appears. You are going to wake up one day soon and realize that the heaviness is gone. The weight that has been pressing down on your chest for months, maybe years, will have lifted. You will take a deep breath, and it will fill your lungs completely, all the way to the bottom, the way breathing is supposed to feel but has not felt in so long. And you will smile, not a forced smile, not a fake smile for the benefit of others, a real smile that comes from a place of genuine joy deep inside your spirit. A smile that recognizes that something has shifted, something has changed, something is different now. The relationships that have been strained will begin to heal. That family member who has not spoken to you in months will reach out. The conversation will be awkward at first because there is so much history between you. But underneath the awkwardness will be a genuine desire to reconnect, to rebuild, to start fresh. And you will have the wisdom to navigate that conversation with grace instead of bringing up old wounds. You will have the maturity to focus on moving forward instead of dragging the past into the present. And slowly, over time, trust will be rebuilt. Love will be rekindled. What the enemy meant to destroy forever will be restored to something even better than it was before. Your work situation is going to shift dramatically. That boss who has been making your life difficult will either have a change of heart or will be removed from their position. Either way, the oppressive atmosphere at your workplace is going to change. You are going to find yourself enjoying what you do again, instead of dreading every minute of it. Or, if your current job is not part of my plan for your future, I am going to open a door to something new, something better, something that utilizes the gifts I placed inside you and pays you what you are actually worth instead of keeping you undervalued and overworked. The financial pressure that has been crushing you is going to ease, not all at once, but gradually you will notice that things are not as tight as they used to be. Bills that used to cause panic will get paid without drama. Unexpected money will show up at exactly the right time. Opportunities to increase your income will present themselves. And you will look back 6 months from now and wonder how you went from barely surviving to actually thriving. The answer will be simple. I moved. I provided. I made a way where there was no way. Your health is going to improve. That pain you have been living with will diminish. That chronic condition that doctors said you would have to manage for the rest of your life will begin to respond to treatment in ways that confuse medical professionals. Your energy will return. Your mental clarity will sharpen. Your emotional stability will strengthen. You will feel like yourself again. Actually, you will feel better than yourself. You will feel like the version of yourself that you were always meant to be before life beat you down and stole your vitality. You are going to start sleeping through the night again. No more lying awake for hours with your mind racing. No more waking up at 2 a.m. gripped by anxiety. No more tossing and turning until your body is exhausted but your mind refuses to shut down. My peace will guard your mind and your heart. And when you lay your head on your pillow, you will drift off quickly and sleep deeply because you will finally trust that I am taking care of everything you cannot control. But the most significant change will be internal. The transformation happening inside you will be more dramatic than anything happening around you. You are going to become someone you do not even recognize right now. Stronger, wiser, more confident, more compassionate, more patient, more loving. The trials that have been crushing you have actually been crafting you. They have been chiseling away everything that is not truly you, everything that was added by pain and trauma and fear, until all that remains is the pure gold of who I created you to be. You are going to look in the mirror one day and see strength in your eyes that was not there before. You will hear yourself speak and notice that your voice carries authority that used to be missing. You will face a situation that would have terrified you 6 months ago, and you will handle it with calm confidence because you will know, deep in your bones, that I am with you, and nothing can stand against you when you are walking in my will. People are going to start asking you what happened, what changed, why you seem different, and you will have a testimony to share, not a story about how everything magically got better overnight, but a story about how you learned to trust me in the darkness, how you discovered that my presence is more valuable than my presence, how you found that the peace I give is not dependent on circumstances being perfect, and your story will give hope to people who are walking through their own valleys right now, people who need to know that there is a way through and that they do not have to walk it alone. I am going to use everything you have been through. Every tear you cried will water seeds of ministry. Every battle you fought will equip you to help others fight theirs. Every lesson you learned the hard way will become wisdom you can pass on to those coming behind you. Nothing will be wasted. Nothing will be lost. It will all be redeemed and repurposed for my glory and for the good of others. You are going to mentor people, maybe not in an official capacity, maybe just through everyday conversations. But people will seek you out because they will sense that you have something they need. Wisdom, peace, perspective, and you will pour into them the same way I have poured into you. You will pass on what you have received. You will give away what was freely given to you. And in the process of helping others heal, your own healing will deepen. Your prayer life is going to transform. Right now, prayer feels like a duty, a discipline, something you do because you are supposed to, not because you want to. But that is going to change. Prayer will become your refuge, your safe place, the part of your day you look forward to most. Not because you are trying to impress me with eloquent words, but because you have discovered that being in my presence changes everything. It recalibrates your perspective. It renews your strength. It reminds you who you are and whose you are, and you will not be able to imagine facing your day without first spending time with me. You are going to develop a hunger for my word that you have never had before. The Bible will stop being a religious book that you feel guilty for not reading, and will become a living letter written specifically to you. Verses will jump off the page and pierce your heart. Passages you have read 100 times will suddenly carry new meaning, because the Holy Spirit will illuminate them in ways you never saw before. And you will find yourself craving that daily bread the way your body craves physical food, because you will finally understand that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from my mouth. Your worship will shift from performance to genuine adoration. You will not just sing songs about me. You will sing songs to me, with your whole heart, not caring who is watching or what anyone thinks, because you will have encountered me in such a real way that nothing else matters except honoring the one who saved you, who keeps you, whose eternal commitment to you will never waver. You are going to become dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. Right now, the enemy is not particularly worried about you because you are barely surviving, much less thriving. But when you step into the fullness of your identity, when you understand the authority you carry, when you realize that the same power that raised Christ from the dead lives inside you, everything will change. You will stop being defensive and start being offensive. You will stop reacting to the enemy's attacks and start proactively tearing down his strongholds. You will stop being a victim and start being a victor. And hell will tremble when you speak, because demons will recognize the voice of someone who truly knows who they are in me. This transformation will not happen overnight, but it is happening. Even now, as you receive these words, change is occurring at a cellular level, at a spiritual level, at a level so deep that you cannot yet perceive it, but you will see the fruit of it soon enough. Seeds are germinating underground, roots are growing deeper, strength is being built, character is being forged, and when the time is right, when the season shifts, you will burst forth with new life in ways that will astonish everyone who knows you, including yourself. So hold on just a little longer. Keep believing just a little harder. Keep trusting even when it makes no sense. Keep worshiping even when you do not feel like it. Keep praying even when heaven seems silent. Keep reading my word even when it feels dry. Keep showing up even when you want to quit. Because the breakthrough is closer than you think. The miracle is nearer than it appears. The promise is about to manifest in your reality. And you will be so glad you did not give up 5 minutes before the victory came. I want you to understand something that will change how you view this entire journey. Every single moment of pain you have experienced has been an investment in your future. Every tear was a seed planted. Every sleepless night was preparation for the rest that is coming. Every closed door was protection from a path that would have led you away from my best. Every person who walked away made room for the right people to enter. Every financial struggle taught you to depend on me instead of money. Every health crisis reminded you that your body is temporary, but your spirit is eternal. Every moment of loneliness drew you closer to me than you would have come if you had been surrounded by people. Nothing was random. Nothing was pointless. Nothing was wasted. It was all part of a master plan designed by a master planner who sees the end from the beginning and who knows exactly what you need in order to become who you were created to be. You have been in a divine process, a refining fire, a training ground, and you have passed tests that you did not even realize you were taking. You have demonstrated faithfulness in the darkness that will qualify you for authority in the light. You have proven that your commitment to me is not dependent on blessing, which means I can trust you with blessing without it becoming an idol that replaces me in your heart. The season you are entering is not just about you finally getting what you have been praying for. It is about you finally becoming who you were always meant to be. Someone who walks in authority, someone who speaks with confidence, someone who loves without fear, someone who gives without expecting return, someone who worships in spirit and in truth, someone who hears my voice clearly and obeys quickly, someone who carries my presence everywhere you go and changes atmospheres just by entering the room. This is who you are becoming. This is who you already are, you just have not fully stepped into it yet, but you will, soon. And when you do, when you finally see yourself the way I see you, when you finally believe about yourself what I have always believed about you, when you finally walk in the fullness of your identity and authority and calling, the enemy will regret every attack he launched against you, because those attacks did not destroy you. They developed you. They did not defeat you. They promoted you. They did not break you. They made you. And now you are about to be released into a level of effectiveness that will do more damage to the kingdom of darkness in the next season than you could have done in a lifetime if you had never walked through this valley. This is why I allowed it. Not because I enjoy watching you suffer, but because I knew that what was coming required a level of strength, wisdom, and character that could only be forged in the fire. And you have been in the fire. You have felt the heat. You have endured the pressure. But you did not melt. You did not evaporate. You came through. And on the other side, you are gold. I am your shepherd. You shall not want. I make you lie down in green pastures. I lead you beside still waters. I restore your soul. I guide you in paths of righteousness for my name's sake. Even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you will fear no evil, for I am with you. My rod and my staff, they comfort you. I prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. I anoint your head with oil. Your cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life, and you will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This is my promise to you. This is my covenant with you. This is the unshakable truth that will carry you through every storm, every trial, every moment of doubt. You are not wandering. You are being led. You are not lost. You are being found. You are not alone. You are being shepherded by the God who knows your name, counts your tears, hears your prayers, and will never ever let you go. Receive my blessing now, precious child, and let these words sink deep into your heart. May my presence go before you to prepare the way. May my angels surround you to protect you from harm. May my peace guard your heart and mind in ways that surpass all understanding. May my joy rise within you like a spring of living water that never runs dry. May my strength uphold you when your own strength fails. May my wisdom guide you when you do not know which way to turn. May my love overwhelm you and overflow from you to everyone you encounter. May my favor open doors that no man can shut and shut doors that no man can open. May my provision meet every need according to my riches and glory. May my healing flow through every part of your body, soul, and spirit. And may you walk in the fullness of your identity as my beloved child, knowing that you are seen, you are known, you are loved, and you are never, ever alone. You are loved. You are mine, forever and always. Amen. Go now in confidence, not in yourself, but in me. Not in your abilities, but in mine. Not in your strength, but in the power of the Holy Spirit who lives inside you. You are not the same person who started reading this message. Something has shifted. Something has changed. My word has accomplished what it was sent to accomplish. It has healed. It has restored. It has renewed. It has reminded you of who you really are. And that truth will carry you forward into everything that is coming. Walk as who you are. A child of the King. An heir to the throne. A carrier of my presence. A vessel of my glory. Someone who has been through the fire and came out refined. Someone who has walked through the valley and emerged victorious. Someone who knows my voice and follows where I lead. This is you. This is who you have always been. And this is who you will continue to be as you step into the future I have prepared. May you be richly blessed. Go in peace. You are loved. You are seen. You are known. You are chosen. You are mine. Forever and always. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear these words today. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss what God wants to speak over your life. Type Amen in the comments to receive this blessing. Join our community of believers who gather here daily to receive encouragement and hope from the heart of God.